As a parent, no 2 days are ever the same. At Care.com, you can find trusted and flexible sitters to help manage your family's ever-changing schedule. Care.com can even help you out with housekeepers, dog walkers, senior caregivers, and more, so you can find care for all you love. And 100% of caregivers who use Care.com have been background checked with CareCheck, a key first step in hiring confidently. To get the help you need to make it all work, sign up now and find a great sitter at Care.com.
Blog Talk Radio.
Howdy, listeners. You've come for a rootin' tootin' cowboy hullabaloo. I'd like to introduce my wonderful co-host Raz, and I'm Linda.
Hello,
Damage.
Linda.
Hi, Raz.
Hello, listeners. Yeah.
I have
one call
I have to make
right now. Sala.
I'm having. Oh, hi, Sawa. I can't get into the studio yet. I had a big to-do with my computer. It got malware when I was doing Phil's YouTube, so I have to apologize to Phil. I couldn't get your YouTube done. My computer was all messed up, and now I'm having trouble getting into the studio. Oh, there we go. Let's try this. There we go. Come on.
Right for you, someone else.
Let me see what we got. 804.
Are you really there? 804.
Sawa, are you there, sweetheart?
Oh, I'm sorry. I put myself on mute accidentally. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I'm so sorry. I was talking the whole time thinking I'm talking to Hi, Linda.
Well, that's okay. I do that all the time.
Oh.
My husband calling.
So what's up? I did get your SoundCloud done, and then when I went on to Phil's, it gave my computer malware. When I punched in YouTube, it went all zonko. So my husband,
I think you're not the only one. I think you're not the only one on YouTube. Yeah. If you ask Lizzie, she have a trick. Ask Lizzie, she have a trick how to. I think. From what I heard.
Right.
But
so
how
you have the same problem?
Not me. I don't do the shows. I mean, I heard that a couple of people have problem with YouTube.
Right. Yeah. Right. So, Raz,
I have my boots and hooray!
There you go.
I don't know how to say it.
Right
I'm
on.
trying.
That's all you need. Boots and a hat.
Yes. Actually,
hey,
can I tell you something? Actually, I took I did some what they call it. You know the dance, the Western dance. I forgot the name. I learned this for a while. It was really cool.
The hoedown. I'm not sure.
I learned. Yeah, there's so many of them. I guess. Sorry. It's okay. I just want to share this with you. Sorry. Go ahead.
Raz. There was a couple of poems last night that didn't get read. Do you know what they were?
Yeah, that was on the list. Phil the Poets and E1 Anonymous.
Okay, we need to play those.
Reading both of those poems?
Yeah. I thought we would do those first and get them out of the way. Boo asked me to do those, so...
Right. There was a bit of a delay there.
Right.
But I'll read E1 Anonymous if you like. And I could also read Phil's. Hold on a second. Let me look into the folder. Frustration, going into the wrong folders. There's so much here in the back office. Didn't you say you were going to fill us with fun facts about the Old West, Linda?
Oh, I forgot. But I know that they were scary with all that gunfighting going on. And you think I would know because I watch Gunsmoke every day. Every day. I've seen every episode at least 6 times. So you would think I would know more fun facts. But I just forgot to look them up. I apologize. I do have some jokes, however. I invented a new word. I invented a new word, plagiarism.
Yeah.
Come on, you guys.
That's no word.
That's funny. That's. Can I say one? Can I say one joke? I just heard it yesterday. I don't know. I don't know how to say joke, but I'm gonna try. There is someone who sitting down and smoking 2 cigarettes. Someone passed by him every day in the building and say, "Why are you smoking 2 cigarettes?" Said, "I miss my friend, so I'm smoking one for him and one for me." And then a week later, he see him smoking only one, and he said, "Why are you smoking only one?" "I quit." I quit smoking.
Very cute.
Hilarious.
Very cute.
It's really hilarious.
Very. Okay. Did you hear about the mathematician who was afraid of negative numbers? He'll stop at nothing to avoid them. Okay.
You have one
enough
draft?
of me.
That doesn't have one. That don't find them funny.
We have another caller
Come on, Red.
on the line.
Okay,
That
hang
was
on.
funny. It didn't die.
2,
So what are you drinking tonight?
7.
Yeah,
Wayne.
Wayne.
What's that?
Wait.
270 is Wayne. Uh-oh.
Urban
303,
tea.
who's
Urban
calling?
tea. In my water.
303, who's
great.
calling? I mean, 270, that's Wayne.
Oh, that would be me.
Hi, Wayne. How you doing?
How's it going?
Fancy
Pretty good,
meeting you
good.
here.
Yeah, I got fancy thing. I didn't freak see you tonight.
How are you, my darling?
I've got a little buzz going. I've been partying all day with some ball games. I'm feeling pretty good. Ain't got no pain
Well,
nowhere.
that should be fun.
It should be.
Right on.
We'll see. We'll see.
Cool. Let's see. So we're going to go do, what's it, anonymous?
Yeah, I have anonymous is right. I'm gonna read them for you, Linda. And
He doesn't call anymore.
There's a poem on the board. This poem is called 330 Words. E1 anonymously known. Utterly beautiful and simple is our every expectation when this remains completely unconditional. No, I've never found anything better than completed and utter honest. There's no challenge greater, so this is exactly where I want to be. A closed mind can only learn something next to nothing about freedom, because when every something is all for nothing, how free is freedom? Surrendered undo me to Sally, by myself, all alone. All together, offered onto this life, the truth of myself I offer away with my everything, just as unconditionally. Within this effort, I'm free, regardless of it, if anyone, but merely only one, sees me. Agreed. Misconstrued love is a blind endeavor. This kind of love carries too much conditioning. Unconditional love comes and goes freely. The answers are all the very wealth infinite of courtesy, when they are all offered away, all universally and just as unconditionally. Yes, within this endeavor, relative peace, generous freedom, and general harmony with all life come to claim us upon the day of our death. Hey, thanks so much for asking for the meaning behind this name. Everyone, anonymously known, is two names that complete one another. I believe that anything that can be done should remain anonymous, should all be asserted in the sincere regard of all life unconditionally. So this is all heading towards unity, all universally, between any part and piece and person within this life, at and all within this moment. Thanks again, friend, for asking. I believe that everyone living and loving and surrendering this love and life all the way under this one fundamental idea, each of us committing ourselves towards one universal action of living and loving and supporting all life anonymously. Well, we will never be able to accomplish either endeavor without each of us providing for all life, for one another this very way, just randomly in awe just says anonymously. It just says completely at, therefore, unconditionally, signed, anonymously known, and a poem.
Wow, that was awesome. This piece was spiritually inspiring. It brought across questions I'd never asked myself before, intellectually deep and thought-provoking. Really good stuff, my poet friend. Great write, and thank you for sharing. This was something that I read a couple of times, and it was very deep, and I felt it in my heart that he was being completely honest. So thank you for sharing this anonymously known. It was a great piece. Let's get you some comments. Wayne, what did you think?
You have to tell us begin. I was somebody door a while ago, and I didn't get to hear all of it. I'm going to go begin.
Excuse me.
Sawa.
Oh, thank you for asking me. I really love his writing. I feel like, this kind of writing, you can see it in newspaper columns. It's so deep, so reflective. It's just an exquisite piece. He's so honest. Excuse me. Get to know him through the writing. Very, very profound, questioning things about there's so many layers here about expectations, love, about freedom. It's just, and the idea of being unconditional. I really love it. I have to read it multiple times because it's so deep, and it's beautifully read. Right. It's just, I'm astonished by it. I really, truly like his writing. Makes me, as you said, it makes you think so deeply and reflect on your own spirituality as well. Very inviting.
Right on. Good comment, Sawa. I'm sure he would appreciate that. Raz, what did you think?
Yeah, what I see in this right is a proposed other body government that has not fully formed yet, where all actions are done to enhance the quality of life of the citizens of the state, and they're only meant in a sense that no one knows who's really responsible, except that it's done with that sense of unconditional responsibility for the better half or the improving of the state function.
Right. Good comment. And the next one that was from leftover from last night was who?
Phil the Poet. Yeah, the director sent me the same instructions that they were supposed to be taken care of at the beginning of the show. So we're on page there.
Well, I wanted to make I don't know if I apologized to Phil yet, but when I did his YouTube, it malwared my computer, so I couldn't get it done. So we'll get somebody to read that for him.
We could have Wayne or Sala read White Raven by Phil the Poet. Wayne said he's going to go away for 15 minutes, but be right back. Sala, would you like to read this piece, please?
I'll be honored. Let's see. First, if it's something, I don't want to destroy it if it's not hard words that I can... Okay. No, it's fine. Excuse me. White Raven by Philip the Poet. I'm White Raven soaring in the night sky, standing out against all the darkness. I'm a crow with the voice of nightingale, singing with such a melodious harmony. I'm eccentric, who's such an introvert that I hide behind the poetry that I write. I shout the loudest when I'm quiet, that a room is filled with the sound of silence. I'm a roaring lion who acts like a kitten, a good person with a bad reputation. that essentially the truth about every one of us, but it seems I'm the only one who do admit it. I'm a coward that runs into the thick of danger, not worrying about the consequence of foolishness. I'm a mouse that chased the cat and always come out the battle without a scratch. I'm completely mad in a sane kind of way. It seems to worry a lot of people. I'm not what anyone expects me to be, just a stranger in a familiar place. End of poem.
Wow. I just love Phil's stuff, and this was rather deep as well. He puts himself out there. The Roddy of it, was tremendous. Phil, this piece touched my heart. We love you, and we love your poetry. And I'm going to get you some more comments. Thank you for sharing, Phil, and thank you for coming to my or sending something to my show tonight. Chisawa.
Allergies. Yes, I love this poem again. I agree with you. There's so many great poets in the site, and incredible. I like so many lines. I love the whole entire piece where he says, where is it? I'm rolling lion who acts like a kitten. It made me smile. A good person with a bad reputation, that essentially the truth about every one of us, but it seems I'm the only one to admit it. I really like that because sometimes it's true. Sometimes we know, we just like, people don't admit who they are, like the weakness or the strength, and that's unfortunate. I'm a coward that runs. I don't think he's a coward. The thick of danger, not worrying about the consequence of foolishness. Like I'm a mouse. The imagery is just incredible. I'm a mouse, a lion that chased the cat and always come out the battle without a scratch. I think he's been almost like satiric about people who think that they are the best of themselves. I think that's what not about him, about other people. And then I like how he says, I'm not what anyone expects me to be, just a stranger in a familiar place. It's true. Sometimes we feel this way. I think not necessarily about him, but I'm saying like we can associate easily with what he's saying. Really well done. Just his imagery and his wording, incredible. I like the white raven. That's very great contrast between the two. Is there a white raven? I'm just like maybe.
Yes, I've seen them. I saw a baby one once. It was on the ground. It was hurt, and the other ravens were trying to either protect it or save it. But we rounded it up and made sure it was okay, and then let it go. And I didn't see it after that, so I'm just hoping that the other ravens didn't pick on him too bad.
Oh, you're right.
But he had blue eyes,
never seen
too.
Him. Yeah, I never seen him.
Yeah, they probably had never
eyes,
seen one either.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they probably.
I never.
And the other ravens probably hadn't seen a white one either, and that's why they were picking on it. So,
oh, that's so cool. Yeah, like white squirrels and white. It's so interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Boo, where are you? Boo, where are you? Come on.
Yeah. Sal, I also want to tell you that was a beautiful read of Phil's poem.
Thank you.
Raz, what did you think?
Yeah, I wrote back the raven here described to be introverted proportions is the oxymoron which went so far to be the philosopher's paradox, that it's excellent workmanship.
Right, I'm sure Phil would appreciate that.
Just want to let you know.
Well, where is
everybody I only
tonight?
can stay for the whole, the first hour. I sent you a message earlier. I don't know if you've seen it.
Okay.
But I only, sorry, but where's everybody? Wake up.
Okay. You're here.
Where?
We love you.
No, say what? I love you too. Gee, wake up, Gee. Good morning. I'm sorry, just trying to get everyone attention.
A termite walks into a bar and asks, "Is the bartender here?" I just so love funny. That one.
That's funny. Raz.
Oh, who do we have here?
Are you not laughing, Raz? You must be
6. That must be Deb.
Must be.
Hi, Deb.
Hi, Deb.
Hello, everyone.
How are you, my darling?
Hi, Deb.
I'm doing okay. How you doing, doll?
But right, good. We're having fun here with some stupid jokes.
Yeah. Laughter.
Sawa, are you there?
Yes, I am. I'm sorry. Yeah, I said hello, Deb.
Okay.
I don't know if
you
that's
heard
me. Hello.
Good
to hear you.
Hey, Debbie.
No.
All right.
Hey, how are you?
Hey. Hi, Raz. Thanks again for the info.
Did you get to hear Bill's piece?
Whose is it? No, I apologize. I can't see the board, so I'm not sure what you just read.
Okay. That's all right. That's quite all right. Who do we got next, Raz?
Whoa. Do we want to do Debbie?
Probably Deb always have to.
Your piece or
Deb,
solo,
right? Did you bring a piece, Deb?
I did. I sent it with Boo. She said she put it on your board.
Desecrated Ancestry in the Wild West.
Oh.
All right.
Great.
If you would like to perform, Debbie, you can come up to the podium.
Okay. Thank you very much. I would love to.
Yeah, mosey on up.
I'm a Moseian. All right. And the title is called Desecrated Ancestry.
Just shut up.
And here we go. As the spirits of the forefathers weep over the people divided by fears, this government called it Indian removal, but Native American tribes called it the Trail of Tears. With the treaties pushed through despite the petition for them to stay, the Cherokee families are removed from their homestead. General Scott and his soldiers forced them away, locking the men and the women in stockades after marching 1,200 miles, suffering from illness and hunger. 5,000 Cherokee died from the journey, lied to, and pushed around by the military monger. Broken promises cost them their new land. Tens of thousands have lost all their choices. Settlements grew, and the territory shrank repeatedly. By 1907, Oklahoma was a state. Again, ignoring Indian voices. End poem.
Wow. That was quite eye-opening. I mean, we all know the plight the Indians took in the Deep West, but to hear it, put out there is heartfelt. And if you can't feel remorse for them, I guess you have a stone heart. I just love the stories of the Southwest and even the ones that are about the neglect and punishment of the Native American people. And punishment is what they got. It can't be classified any other way. This was a lovely piece, Deb. I thank you very much for sharing it. Let me get you some comments. Raz, what did you think? You're welcome, Deb.
Yeah, there's
plenty of here on history and the persecution of the Native Americans in order to form what would later become the United States of America. So on that note, like the previous panelist said, we can't really ever show enough remorse, but there are laws that do, in fact, try to go on continuing to pay back the fact of this land, historically stolen from these Native Americans. It's really a fact that will continue to haunt us possibly even 100 years from now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true.
Awesome comment.
Very true. Sawa.
I want to thank you, Deb. This is really so sad, but applaud you for bringing this up to let us know. I mean, I've seen movies, I read about the atrocity that happened, and sadly, in most history, when they settled, that's what happened, unfortunately. And it's really sad and cannot be forgotten. I can imagine someone go through this atrocity. I'm really moved deeply and moved me to tears. Just the title itself and the prompted trail of tears. I just think it's a great poem, and you read it with such emotion that moved me deeply too. Thank you.
Great comment, Sawa. Great comment.
Thank you.
Wayne. Is that you, Wayne?
Yes. Yes, I got a comment.
Get a chance to hear Deb's poem?
Yes, it is. And I got a comment. I hope I don't get killed for it. It says, a wonderful poem in the history lesson. A nation conquered is at the hands of the victor. Captured people always get treated bad. I don't know if I could have done it any better. It's sad what they went through, and I feel for them. But in some wars, they chop off their heads when they catch them.
Oh, my goodness.
They didn't get killed. And
oh, my God.
We treat them bad, but at least we left them alive and gave them a little small nation. But I feel sad for people, the way it's treated during the march and everything. It was bad. Great poem, Mo. I love the poem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Wayne. Appreciate it.
Great one.
Sorry for you.
I think everybody's commented. Shawa's got to run soon. You want to do yours, Shawa?
Well, if Wayne is not in a rush, are you in a rush, Wayne? I'm staying until 10, so whatever. Fine. Are you okay?
Yeah, you do whatever you want to do. I'm fine. Okay. I'm just here. I'm having a good time. So do whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Thank you for having me, Linda. I gotta go though.
All right, thanks, Deb, for coming. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure, dear heart.
Right on.
Talk to you soon.
Always a pleasure.
Hi, Deb.
Is Boo okay? Or did you get in touch with her?
Peace and love.
Yeah, she said she'd be here in a little bit.
Okay, just make sure she's okay. Thank you. Just send her a message.
So, Saul, are you going to go next?
That'd be fine. Thank you.
All right. I'm looking for a poem.
Do you want me to find to? I know I put it there, right, Linda?
You have a SoundCloud up.
Yes, that's fine. If not, if it's a hassle, I can read it. No problem.
No, I did a SoundCloud for Sawa. If you'd rather read it, that's fine. But
either no, I mean, I know you get the trouble to do it, so that's fine.
Play Sans
I just
Memory.
Didn't know. Yes,
yeah.
And where's the?
I
don't see the poem on the. I don't see the poem on the board.
Yeah, it's ready to go. Are you gonna push the SoundCloud button, Linda?
But it's not on the board, the poem.
Oh.
Yeah, it's ready to go.
Oh, thank you.
Is it up there?
I hope it doesn't go to the wrong one.
Where is it?
Place. If you can find it, it's a trouble. I can read it. Whatever is easy for you.
Hang on.
Yeah.
was that?
She said, hold on. You want me to just read it? That's fine.
I can't.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. Linda. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. How do you want me to go with this? Okay, I'm gonna entertain you. I'm sorry, I just don't like to show up, but I really just it's a piece that meant so much for me, so that's why I wrote it in these languages. Okay. A place since memory, un endroit sans mémoire, un posto senza memoria, مكان بلا ذاكرة. Do you want me to? What do you want me to do? I'm just like, no. Don't want to take time of the whole of the show, so you tell me how do you want me to go.
No, you're good. Do your thing.
Okay. You're sweet.
Let it roll.
Okay. يقولون أن المحيط الهادي ليس له ذاكرة. هذا هو المكان الذي أريد أن أعيش فيه بقية حياتي، مكان دافئ بلا ذاكرة منسية. هناك أماكن في عالمي ليس نوعا من الحجر يوجد فيها شيء. هل هو المكان الذي يرقص فيه جمال الموسيقى مع انكسار الأمواج التي لا يستطيع لمسها، حيث يمحو ماؤها الصافي تعرجات ذكرى الأمس، يتلذ ذكرى غالية، ترمي الشمس من الأعلى مسحوقها الأصفر الذهبي رسم جدار من حرير، والسماء ترسل تضارعها الرفيقة لإخفاء مشاعر مظلمة. Dicono che il Pacifico non abbia memoria, è lì che voglio vivere il resto della mia vita, un posto caldo senza vecchia memoria. Ci sono posti nel mio mondo che non sono fatti di pietra, che qualcosa è dove la bellezza della musica danza con i riflessi delle onde che lui non può toccare, dove la sua acqua limpida cancella una memoria di ieri per far nascere una preziosa memoria. Il sole dall'alto getta la sua polvere giallo, oro per disegnare un muro di seta. Il cielo menda la sua tenera fresca per nascondere l'oscurità delle emozioni. Ils disent que le Pacifique n'a pas de mémoire. C'est là que je vais vivre le reste de ma vie. Un endroit chaleureux sans vieille mémoire. Il y a des endroits dans mon monde qui ne sont pas faits de pierre. Il y a quelque chose. Est-ce là que la beauté de la musique danse avec les reflets des vagues qui ne peut toucher? Où sont au clair efface les méandres de mémoire d'hier pour laisser naître une précieuse mémoire. Le soleil de là-haut jette sa poudre jaune d'or pour dessiner un mur de soie. Le ciel envoie sa tendre fraîcheur pour cacher la sombreur des émotions. They say the Pacific has no memory. That's where I want to live the rest of my life. The one place with no old memory. There are places in my world that are not made of stone. There is something. Is there the beauty of the music dances with the reflection of the waves that cannot touch? Where's clear water erases the meanders of memory of yesterday, of memory of yesterday, to give birth to precious memory. The sun from above throws its golden yellow powder to draw a wall of silk, and the sky sends its tender freshness to hide the darkness of emotions. And the storm. I really love ocean and sea and nature.
So your knowledge of language is just like spectacular. I can't even master English, let alone 3 other languages. Very well done. Beautiful to the bone, Salwa. You always amaze me with the beauty of your thoughts. The silent, delicate words you choose are always so beautiful. This had such emotion. I just love the overall tone of this. It was just really pretty. So thank you for bringing it, and thank you for reading it and sharing it with us. And I'll
thank you so much, Linda.
Yeah.
Beautiful, Linda.
Oh, Raz, what did you think?
Yeah, I like how this specifies the Pacific Ocean being a wondrous part of the world. It's definitely one of the more forms of body of waters that has an older history of being here, like the Indian Ocean. So when one thinks of the Pacific, you can ponder what life was like so many million years back. That actual ancient remnant is there underneath the ocean waves. And I found this to be novel had I been looking at it through a book, how it just persists upon that very memory of the Pacific and what it should mean on a more profound level, its existence predating any known civilization as we know it now here.
Oh, thank you so much,
Right.
Raz.
Well said. Well said. Hi, Boo.
Yay, Boo.
Hi, how are
Boo,
you?
Boo.
Hey, how are you?
Did you get to hear Salah's poem?
Yeah, I was just reading it actually. I like how it starts with this Pacific. The Pacific has no memory. That's where I went to live the rest of my life. Yeah, don't we all? So we could forget the bad memories and the bad things that went on in our life, I think. And I see you there dancing your ballet to your music. This is really beautiful reflections of the waves that you cannot touch, where you're secluded and alone, where nobody can hurt you or touch you or anything from before or in your past, that you can start over and start fresh. Really beautifully written. I like how you talk about the powder to draw a wall of silk. If we could only put ourselves in a cocoon like that of silk and forget the past and only live new, that would be great. I think everybody would want to sign up for that. So very beautifully written in any language. You're a stud.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to hear you. You
Beautiful.
were with me.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I love you all, both of
You're
you.
welcome. Love you.
Can I just say something quickly before Wayne comment? I'm dying to say this from the beginning. Sorry, Wayne. The song that you put earlier, Linda, it just touched my heart and remind me how much you really love your husband. The only one, like, it's incredible. I just want to say that. Sorry.
Thank
the
you.
opening song.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, Wayne.
So,
I had to say it.
Okay, no problem.
I think,
No problem at all.
is Wayne still here?
Yeah, can you hear
Wayne
me?
still here?
You
Yeah.
can hear me?
Yeah. Would you like, it says you dropped.
Oh, no, I didn't drop.
Would you
I
like
did
to
want to go. Yeah, I did want to go. Like, my cat missed me and I dropped by accident. Anyway, I'm back here.
Would you like to
ready to
comment?
Yeah, I love the comment. I said, wait up, Salah, I'm going with you. You know, it's a great poem. And I love the line where it said, it is for the beauty of the music dances with the reflections of the waves that he cannot touch. You yearn to go to a softer, brighter place and forget about the cold, dark days he gave you. Great poem. I am with you. Let's go.
Thank you so
Right
much.
on.
It's so funny. Wayne.
Right on.
Thank you.
Okay. Wayne, would you like to do your poem?
Yeah, so did you get the SoundCloud ready?
Yeah.
No, I was having trouble.
Yeah,
I got
ready.
malware on my
Ready.
computer.
Yeah, I got it for you. I'll push the button. You just get the poem.
Oh, you
Hey.
did it. Cool.
Yeah,
Here
I'll
comes
put the poem on
Boo.
the board.
I'm sorry. You there?
This is called The Slow Walk.
There we go.
Poor chap, walking sadly down dusty trail, head hung low, spirits too. Got up after he fell on his horse, left town 4 hours ago, leather saddle, 6-shooter, rode off slow. 6'3", broad shoulders, every cowgirl's dream. Rode the ranch, meet his girl, getting lucky, seemed. Off his horse, tied it up, walked in, tall, heard her talking, moaning down the hall. Peeked in the door, eyes open wide, face turned red. Drinking whiskey, two hard hands, all naked in bed. She laughed, he cursed, bought men, lost, took his saddle, gun, girl, pride was the cost. Left warm, feeling small, looked like hell. Poor chap, walking sadly down dusty trail in.
Wow, Wayne, that was really neat. It was sad.
Yeah.
But you put a lot of heart into this one.
It is.
I really liked it.
One. It's a sad one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a sad one.
Oh,
well. A lot of heart, a lot of soul.
Slow down.
It just, I thought it was just really good. A little different than your norm, but you pulled it off. And I like the music behind it. It was very Western.
That's right, it's Western.
Yeah. Let's get you some comments. Raz, what did you think?
Yes, this was worth the wait, and it depicts anyone who lived around that time period of the Western expansion. You had most of these comedies waiting for you. The girl, the horse, and even the whiskey. But what he expresses here of this character, there's a edge of predominant depression or loneliness that somehow not being fulfilled, even with everything else taken care of. And I think it's a message that can relate in more than one time period, that sometimes you can have it all that you need, but it's just some way of not fulfilling a part of yourself.
It doesn't matter what year it is. When you catch your old lady in bed with some guys, it's pretty rough.
You know, a cowboy can be sad. Anyone can be sad. It's an epical thing, that kind of emotion, sadness. I see that clearly in this right. Slow walk.
Right. Very good. Boo, would you like to comment?
Yeah, I like the music you put in the back. I think this cowboy needs to get back on the saddle because he's trusting the wrong people, maybe. Because he seems to have really bad luck with women and with everything else.
Walking back for about 2 days.
Maybe he should go ride his horse to the city. No, I'm kidding. You said in the beginning he got back up on the horse, so maybe that's what he needs to do. And it is very sad and melancholy, but your voice made it not, I think, sad, but still like comforting, and maybe that he's going to keep on walking and hopefully find happier trails somewhere else. And I love the music. Did a great job.
He'll be all right.
Right on. Yay.
Well, 4 years old too.
Sala.
I'm so sorry. I was laughing. I misunderstood the poem. I really misunderstood it. And then when I read it again, I said, "Oh my goodness!" I don't know why I got confused. I thought he was with her when he picked in the door was I don't know. I didn't understand there was another guy there. So sorry. I got it all wrong. But now yeah, I didn't get it. Don't know why I didn't click in my head for a second. That's why I was laughing. I understood it in a different way. But it's really sad, as everyone said. This is the word when someone excited, whatever, Western or to go meet his girl, and then he finds her with someone else. That's horrible. After the fall, the wait, that's the worst. Oh,
yeah, I wanted it to be kind of funny. I wanted it to be kind of funny and serious, but at the same time, so I was trying to make it be a little bit humorous at the same time. So.
Okay, I guess I may laugh. And I agree with everyone.
Made it sound more somber,
the music, the music, and I agree. I like how he said there was the three things: the horse and the girl and the whiskey. I guess did all the Western drink at that time whiskey?
That's what they drink, whiskey.
That's what they drink, whiskey.
Yep.
Wow.
That's what they drank.
Well,
and they could drink a whole bottle of it and still be standing. It was amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was about 40 of them.
Yeah, I think they had it watered down a little bit. It's not like the whiskey we drink today. Yeah, that I read that somewhere, that it wasn't quite as strong as what we drink today. But if you watch the old Westerns, which I do, my channel is permanently set on the Western station. They drink and drink and drink, and it's like they do get drunk, but only the ones that the script says to get drunk. But you can see them sitting there drinking shot after shot after shot and still be fine. It's like really funny. Yeah.
Yeah. They could hang.
Yeah, Hollywood Live.
Another one of the men.
Boo, would you like to do your poem?
Sure, yeah. 1 second. You going to grab it, Raz, or did I put it there?
Yeah. I just assumed that Linda was going to ask me who was going to come next. But I'll go grab your poem real quick. Yeah. You can go next.
Did you?
Your poem was.
Did you want to go, Raz?
No, I was going to put up JPEG.
Oh, yeah, whoever you want.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
We can wait.
I'll wait. I'll wait.
No, boo, because I have to go. Boo, please, so I can hear you.
Let's do boo.
Yeah.
Slinging.
Sorry. There we go.
You're on the board, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. This is called Slinging. Okay. I am a prized gunfighter. Time to get out of the game. I cannot see to shoot my gun. I cannot see to aim. I asked to be the best. There was a top of the list. Now I can't hit the red barn door. I shot off one and missed. I could outdraw anyone who faced me on the street. Now I'm more than likely to pull a bullet between my feet. I play a little poker now, spend my days just passing time. I break even mostly. That way I play. That's the crime. Now one round here, I can't see very good. No one around here knows me. They don't know about my past. To them, I'm just a cadger. I do not one damn thing fast. I noticed things were changing 10 years back, I'd say. I had a gunfight in Dodge City, and it didn't go my way. I threw down some punk kid. He was drunk and really pissed. I got my gun, stuck it in the holster. He fell down. He shot. He missed. I walked to him now laying in the street out cold, not dead, nor dead. He took his gun and holster and then went home to bed. A gunfighter of substance who would have killed me where I stood. Was I lucky he was drunk then, or am I losing it for good? End poem.
Wow. Very cute. Very cute. Boo, your rhyming in this was stellar. I really enjoyed it. the storyline too was really good. I think you put a lot of thought and heart into this piece. I felt it. Let's get you some comments. Lane.
Yes, this is a great storyline. It's a good reading. I like it. I said he ought to start using the grenades. He'd have a better chance hitting target if he had grenades instead of it'd be a better chance. It's a great poem, great reading, and an entertaining film. I enjoyed it all the way through. Great job.
Thank you, Wayne.
Right on. Sawa.
I have to say big bravo, Boo, because you can write about anything and you write it really well. I mean, this is very deep, even though it sounds like someone with time. Remind me of people who used to be number one and then suddenly they're just falling behind, not anymore where they want to be. This is one. And also remind me of the old time, how they, what is the word? I don't know how to call it. You know how they stand facing each other and shoot whoever going to shoot first? When they have to resolve a problem that they have between them. I don't know what they call it. To go down?
Showdown?
Showdown. Yes, so remind me of that. You just really amazingly describe. There's so layers and layers. And I could not draw anyone who faced me on the street. Now I'm more than likely to put a bullet in my feet. I mean, it's funny at the same time, but there's so much depth in it. And the rhyming, I agree with Linda, just perfect. Boo, now I think it's funny. Are you becoming Western? Boo? That's hilarious.
I try to become whatever the prompt wants me to be.
and the little boy playing with Joe, it's so cute. I'm trying.
Thank you.
Thank
you, Sawa.
My pleasure.
I know, I just happened to see that contest. I was like, oh, that's interesting. So the event was over in like 4 hours or something. I said, oh, bingo.
Oh, there was the one there perfectly. Wow.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And believe me, normally I wouldn't even look at them, but for Linda, I did.
I tried. That's really beautiful. I like it. Well done. Pleasure. Linda?
Uh-oh. Basil.
Did she go?
I hope not.
Yeah, she's still here.
Raz, you there?
Right. What I feel about this piece, I've heard this story. It's happened plenty of times in the movies, and you have the gunslinger who just finally loses their edge. They no longer know if they're altogether straight because of that one mistake, the failure at being right at the mark when they were supposed to be. So this is a familiar Western story, but it's definitely well formed and thought how it was organized by the poet to express those kinds of feelings of wanting to have that perfect shot.
Yeah. And you know what else? None of us really want to get old, and we have to admit that too, right?
Yeah, that's true, right?
Mm-hmm. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be either, but I keep lying to myself. Okay. I don't know where Linda went. But, Raz, you want to do that?
I'm right here.
Oh, there she is. Okay.
You know what?
Okay, I'm going to.
You're supposed to say
you
what?
have to hold down.
What?
I was addicted to the hokey pokey. Hokey pokey. Then I turned myself around.
So funny, Linda.
Me too. I love doing that. That's eating me.
Boo, you missed the joke in the beginning.
Raz doesn't like my stupid jokes.
No, it was funny. I was laughing my head off.
Oh, I got to send you that trivia that I got for the Wild West. I forgot. If you want to use it maybe later. Up to you.
I hate to say my good night, but Thank you, Linda. I'm sorry to say thank you. I really have to go, but thank you. It was so much fun.
All right, sweetheart.
Thank
I'm
you.
so glad you came, Stella.
Thank
have a
you.
good trip.
Love you. Thank you.
Have
Thank
fun.
you. Yes.
Love you. Love you.
Yeah.
You're going to a
Bye.
party, aren't you? Have fun.
Yes. I'll tell you later. Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Good night. Good night.
Bye.
Bye. Not, okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we're going to do Jag next.
Yeah, that was my suggestion. We should be Jags. So,
Okay.
I'll
You got
suggest
it, partner.
for you, whatever you say, Linda.
Okay, let's do Jag.
All right. I'm going to put that on the board. Here's the poem, and it's called South of Santa Fe.
Okay.
South of Santa Fe.
Okay, does he need a reader?
Jag 325. Lost in a place the rain never falls, where green grass no longer grows, wandering through old New Mexico, drifting into a desert town one day before I found this rundown cafe. Shades were pulled, the door locked, and something caused me to knock. Time bolted as she opened the door. Couldn't say where I was anymore. Both were lost in each other's eyes. A smoldering desire met paradise. Something inside of me broke free, blowing wild like the tumbleweeds. Amidst badlands full of loneliness, places even eagles are afraid to fly. Sunburned hot as Devil's Gate and barren desert meets childless sky. She's still tattooed on my mind today, north of heaven and south of Santa Fe and Poe.
That was very clever. So full of the Wild West theme, too. The rhyming was fantastic, as well as the wonderful flow. Raj, you did a wonderful job reading this. But I like the part that both were lost in each other's eyes. A smoldering desire met paradise. I thought that was very well put, and something inside me broke free, blowing wild like the tumbleweeds. Also excellent choice of words. I like the portrayal of loving at first sight, wonderfully written and read. Bravo, Jag, bravo. Let's get you some comments. Boo, would you like to comment?
Yeah, this is really good, like, storytelling. From the beginning, I was, like, intrigued because he's lost in a place where rain never falls. I'm like, wonder where that is. And then he goes down through the story, and he tells it well. Every line, I'm like, oh, what happens next? What happens next? And then he was full of loneliness. Where angels, that's a great line. Are afraid to fly, sun burning at the Devil's Gate. The cloudless sky. Plus, his rhyme is always right on. I always know Tim Cruz always centers his stuff in the middle. And then I like that tattooed on my mind today, and you can't seem to forget. So I don't know if this really happened or this is a dream or it didn't, but it's an excellent write, and it's very unique for the prompt. It looks like it says fantasy dream. Okay, so too bad it's not true, but it's excellent, right?
Great. And let's welcome into the studio Sinister.
No, it's me again.
Hi, Sawa.
Yeah.
Okay, it just got
There's also
postponed.
a second caller on the line.
Yeah, Sinister. Oh, I didn't bring it in yet. Let's welcome in Sinister to the studio. Hi, Sinister.
Good evening, everybody. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, it's the day. Rack it up that way.
Did you get a chance to hear Jake's poem?
I just caught the tail end of it. Not enough to comment.
Okay. Let's see. Where are we at here?
I have a comment.
Sarah, did you hear it?
Wayne.
Actually, I'm reading it because I had to go get a phone call, and I thought I was not coming back. But, I'm going to read it right now.
Wayne?
That's Wayne.
Yes, this is I like this poem. It's a romantic poem of the weary old man in the desert southwest, seeing a mirage of his love right before he has a heat stroke. Sorry, didn't mean to ruin anything, but this is a wonderful poem. I loved it. It was entertaining all the way through. Great to read and great rhyme. I thought it was great.
Right on. Very good. Raz, what did you think?
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I saw the subgenre here is fantasy, so I would agree with the first panelist. What he's describing is like Westworld or, some afterworld that is limbo, and it's just this mirror image of the Old West. And I think, although it's not a popular belief, certain individuals have carried this thought out for several years that there is this other place after death that's just an endless desert, like JPEG is writing. Why he adds that fantasy touch there.
Right. Very good comment, Raz. Sal, did you get a chance to read?
Yes. Yeah, there is almost a nostalgic feeling or longing for it when you say, it's still tattooed on my mind today, north of heaven and south of Santa Fe. There's this missing or maybe of this style of life. But I like the idea of future and past. I agree with everyone. It's brilliant, right? And the details drifting to the desert town one day before I found this random cafe shades. It's like he walked us through step by step, and I really thought there's something going to happen. And then I see the back and forth between the past and the present. Well done.
Right on. Sinister, did you get a chance to read it?
No, I never saw the link.
Oh, okay. All right, sweetheart,
I came in that late. I'm on two different systems here.
We can carry on. All right, Pard. Sinister, did you bring a piece?
Yeah, I did. I didn't know who to send it to, so I sent it to Raz.
Okay.
Right. Would you like to do your piece now, Sinister?
It doesn't matter. If there's someone in front of me, let them go. I'm in no rush. Whatever you want me to do.
Okay.
Look here at the folder for the next one, partner. So, how have you been, Sin? You like to hold down?
Yeah, I've been all right, man. Just getting through. Every day is a new day. You have to embrace it,
Mm-hmm. Why don't you do Sinister, right?
I'm gonna read mine real quick, Liquid.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
This is David Creed. And
I don't see the link on them.
Yeah, I know, because there's all this confusion going on my screen. I actually didn't send it into the room, but Mr. Little Boo's into the message box. Let me put it in the chat board. There, David Creed.
Oh, there we go.
And it's not an Old West story, but it takes place somewhere in the West. David Creed. David Creed was the meanest boy of El Paso's way up to Oklahoma City. Spat on the faces of authority shooting out of motor windows and expected none to be but easy conformists, repressed by the theologians' farmhouse sermons and the whisk of cornrows to defy the moral code, but a drink on the weekend, a few men who saw through the circumstantial pomp of the occasional housewife feeding. David was neither friendly to the neighbors, penning a cowhide pipe to accessorize mayhem when younger and smashing the mailboxes like clay pigeons with designated vulnerabilities. He could read the book chapter and verse and expect the God in question was an absent threat when dragging the roadkill to personally dissect and looking at Oklahoma's skies too blue to have the hint of an all-present gazing eye, the scripture mentioned. David would get into brawls in front of gas stations and the roadhouses, punching the opponent in missing teeth in order to confirm the first was a hard hitter in this horseradish life. Customer parking only was an anonymous rhyme. Occasionally taking bar, visiting young women with a switchblade to the country stand, outer side, and showing off the absolute power of abusive force, having them cry over Blind Willie. David was a country boy, confused with pointless anarchy of the law, in denying all men say amen to that, when denying what by birthright should be the winds of Muskogee and the forefather granting on American freedom. It permitted him to single-handed burn down a chem factory over the oil drummer closing down, losing jobs for his hometown, one off-the-cable hook Oklahoma night. Usual checking of the crime scene, the ATF, using the assistance of the local police, could verify the perpetrator had been David Creed, finding him loaded with an AR-15 rifle, which was missing a single magazine. They served a warrant, and all opened fire, and for a few seconds, laughter was all that came out of David Creed at mortal makers being mortal masters. End poem.
Wow. Wonderful, wonderful story, Raz. You captured my interest from the first verse to the last. Excellent eye for detail, which is gritty and lurid, but entertaining in the least. I really loved how you ended this. Really cool, Raz. Great write, and thank you very much for sharing. I think your last verse, it sums it all up really well, and was just so well written, as was the whole thing. But that last verse really gets you. So thank you for sharing, and let's get you some comments. Sinister, would you like to comment on Raz's poem?
Yeah, this is a second year comment. Storytelling here. Raz has got an exceptional way to tell stories, very unique to his styling, and this was an enjoyable one. I like them all, but this one I followed really well and appreciated. Good right, brother.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Very good. Wayne.
I said, damn, Raz, this is a great storyline you got here. I went all the way through it and understood the whole thing. It's wonderful you wrote, wonderful writing, great storyline. I think it's the greatest one you ever wrote. I love this poem. Good job, my man. I can understand something for a change.
Sawa.
I really like how Raz, you put yourself as a psychologist who analyzing this man. From the beginning, you started this introducing not only about his crime, like who he was, why, kind of not taking his defense, but explaining on his mind and who he is. On weekend, a few men who saw through the pumped the occasional housewife, beating what kind of environment he lived in, and occasionally taking bar, visiting young women with a suitable. Just the way they lived is so horrible. And then it can happen today. And there's no no mercy in his heart. Someone who's completely messed up with his laughter. I like how you brought this psychology, like details. That's really amazingly done. Well,
good comment. And Boo.
Is this a real person, Raz, or did you make?
No, this is a folk story.
It's a what? Sorry.
A folk story.
I thought it was real.
Okay.
I thought it was really made it convincing. I really thought it was really.
Either way, it's really interesting. It's a sad story too. I think seems like you've been through a lot of stuff. Like clay pigeons were designed vulnerabilities. You could read the book. That's a really great description. You got the religion in there and the West in there and his story in there. I have to read up on this. And he seemed like a badass too. He's in fights and all this other stuff. It was really great storytelling here. Parking only was an anonymous rhyme. That's cool. Yeah, this is unique, I think, for you, and I would swear it was true.
Me too.
Really creative, and I thought you did a great job. And I know how you feel about the crime scene stuff and the investigating and all of that. I like how you put that in there, all of the police activity, loaded AR-15, and, Makers being mortal masters. Yeah, great ending, too. Awesome job, Raz.
Right on.
Thank you very much, Miss Chris.
Okay. I guess it's me. Oh, Raz, I have two poems up there by mistake because I entered the wrong one. So I want the Ballad of Cowboy Will.
Okay, you want to go
right. I saw that there was for the words and Cowboy Will. I'll place that on the board for you.
Okay.
You're on.
There we go. The Ballad of Cowboy Will. Here's the story of Cowboy Will, the nicest guy around. He was only 5'1", the shortest man in town. Even though he was short, he rode a great big horse. He used a stool to mount him and to get down too, of course. His gun was big and menacing. He had a huge knife in his sheath. His eyes were blue, his hair was black, he had a gap betwixt his teeth. Some may say that although short, he's got a real fast gun. So fast, in fact, you couldn't tell he'd shot until quite done. Cowboy Will was so nice he brought flowers every day to the widow Hornbright, who loved a nice bouquet. Everybody loved him so he wasn't like the dudes. He was also pleasant and never, ever rude. He came each Friday night to play at a saloon called Beulah Stars. He drank his share of whiskey and smoked a few cigars. Beulah's was a place, in fact, where real men came to drink. No finer place in all the West for men to play, wink, wink. Beulah's place had few rules, like no spitting on the floor, don't cheat at cards, and please don't kick her doggy or her whores. Beulah loved that Cowboy Will, so she loved him like a son, and when he came to visit, she made sure he had some fun. Now, one of Beulah's soiled doves was the girlfriend of Cowboy Will. She was quite the character. They called her Lil McGill. When Cowboy Will was playing cards, Lil McGill stood near, and every time he'd win the pot, he'd slap her on the rear. It was pretty often that Cowboy Will would buy a round for everybody. He's the best, you can't deny. Everybody had a time when Cowboy Will was there, and they all would call him a friend extraordinaire. Now, there seemed to be a bad guy whose name was One-Eyed Jack. He was low as low could get and a megalomaniac. One-Eyed Jack was ruthless. He smelled of rye and beer. He picked his nose and farted and killed his whole career. So it happened one Friday night that One-Eyed Jack came in, and it didn't take too long for trouble to begin. It seemed at first he kicked the dog, then spit upon the floor, then yelled at Beulah, "Hurry up and get me quick a whore." Beulah didn't take kindly to being told to do it quick, so she went behind the bar and grabbed her whooping stick. That was just about the time that Cowboy Will got up. He got pretty angry, too, when he saw Jack hit the pup. Then One-Eyed Jack grabbed Lil McGill and pulled her in to kiss. That's when everybody knew that things would go amiss. Cowboy Will grabbed Beulah and told her to leave it be. If anyone should handle this, you know it should be me. Then Cowboy Will went walking up and poked Jack in the side. He said for him to mellow out or meet him there outside. One-Eyed Jack turned around, his hand upon his gun, and Cowboy Will was standing there, all of his 5'1". But One-Eyed Jack didn't see him because he was so small, and upon the other hand, Jack was very tall. So Cowboy Will said, and looked Jack in the eye. Then when One-Eyed Jack looked down, he made a great big sigh. Then One-Eyed Jack shouted out, you're just a half of a man that's poked the bear, and then began to laugh. Please, you must be kidding. You want a piece of me? I'll give you some. Let's go outside. I'll kill you, guarantee. You could have heard a pin drop. No one said a word. No one moved a muscle. Only breathing could be heard. Then everybody filed out, following the two. Each one was aware, in fact, of what would soon ensue. They stood at 20 paces from each other on that night, and everyone was praying for Cowboy Will to win the fight. They stared intently at each other. You could see their sweat roll down. Then One-Eyed Jack repulsively spat upon the ground. Then as quick as lightning, they both drew and shot their guns. You could see through all the smoke who in fact had won. Uh-oh, my poem's missing. Then as quick as lightning, they both drew and, okay. When the smoke had finally cleared, Cowboy Will was on the ground. Lil McGill ran to him, as did everyone in town. And for some reason, the rest is missing. Let me look it up real quick. Hey, babe, did you hand me that black book over there on the little table? Not my little table, the coffee table. The square table. No. Between the chair. No. Over. One more table over. No. To the left. Over my pillow. No, the black one.
Just a black one.
No, that's brown. Sorry, everybody. I don't know what happened to my poem. That's not it either.
Well, then I don't have it.
Well, I don't know what happened to it.
Someone's on hold too, Ross.
Well, darn it.
I want to know the rest of the story. I want to know the rest of the story.
I could tell you the rest of the story. Everybody's crying that Cowboy Will went down, and then Beulah sees him wink and tells Lil McGill, and then Will gets up and he takes his knife and throws it like a dart and hits One-Eyed Jack right in the heart, and then everybody clapped that One-Eyed Jack was dead, and no, that's not it. And then Cowboy Will grew taller when and rode upon his horse, and in the end, Lil McGill and him got married, of course. That's all I can remember. Sorry about that.
Yeah. That's funny.
You're amazing, Linda.
It doesn't matter. It's so good.
I think it's great.
You should be in the cardboard.
It's a fun read. I'll tell you that right now.
This one's going down in history pages. Liquid.
Can I comment, Linda Boo?
Yes, of course.
I'm so excited. You have another person who has so much talent. The rhyme, the humor, the storytelling. It's incredible. Like I'm watching a movie or a scene of a movie. So much details. And you show that, I don't know, like the Western usually they're bad guys killing each other, but this good cowboy who stands for the right thing. And the life they lived, it was so hard. I can't imagine. Thank goodness I didn't live in that period of time. And then justice happened. The bad guy got punished. And just how the whole how this is how it is. Keep the community. This is what I like about them. They're all together. Everyone is out. Everyone is there for each other. Justice was done differently than today now, man to man. Sometimes it could be right, could be wrong. Just amazing, really, Linda. And your humor in the middle. I just loved it. So thank you. I'm glad I called back. My pleasure.
Let me welcome Papa to the studio. Hi,
Hello,
Papa.
I thought I heard
Howdy.
you too. Yeah, Papa.
How's it going?
Linda, how you doing?
I'm
doing good.
I'm doing real well.
I really enjoyed your Ballad of Cowboy Will.
Yeah, till the end, huh?
No, it was
okay.
It was fun. It was a fun read. I'll tell you, it was a fun read. It was quick, paced, and you got the hero, the villain, the saloon, everything that would be well, like I always say, cowboy cliched. But this was really fun. I really enjoyed each of your stanzas. I loved how you introduced One-Eyed Jack. That was too. With oops. Where is it? He picked his nose and farted and killed and farted. that sounds too funny. And then, the biggest man, Cowboy Will was a small man, but he had a big heart and was a hero in the end. And that's what the Old West was about heroes.
That's right.
And villains. But...
That's right. Well, thank you very much. That's very sweet.
You're very welcome.
Sinister, would you like to comment?
Yeah, I missed the very first part of it, teenage daughter stuff. But I was quick to follow. I was quick to fall in line with it. It had a great rhythm and pace to the story that kept the listener engaged. I enjoyed it.
Thank you very much. Miss Boo, you were laughing. What do you think?
Well, I thought as always perfectly rhymed like you do. You're the queen of rhyme, and the storytelling is really funny, really cute. It doesn't even matter that you couldn't find the ending. It was entertaining anyway to begin with, and I like your spirit. You always got like spunk in your in your poetry, and this is got the Western down right, and it's a lot of fun to read. And I thought you did an awesome job as always, and it sounds like a song, like all of your poems do to me, because they're so lyrical. You did a great job.
Coward of the County.
Wayne.
Yes. This was fabulous. It's great rhyme, great rhythm. The read was spot on. The storyline is what stands out more than anything else. It's a great storyline with great detail, and you brought the Wild West to life in this poem with a sense of humor all the way through and kept it interesting. This takes top prize as far as I'm concerned. Great job with this. I want to hear it again.
Thanks, Wayne.
Me too.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Raz, what did you think?
Yeah, you have it dead on. Saying an Old West story, whether or not true or false, this is exactly what I expect from any type of scenario where you have the one man in love with another's hussy, and how it's all going to really roll out to which one is faster at the draw.
Hussy?
Yeah.
What's a hussy?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's a hussy?
A whore.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Oh, God.
We could do Sinister next.
Right.
I guess we could.
Do that as the best suggestion, I think, that you've suggested so far. Sinister,
Would you care to take the podium, sir?
Yeah. Just let me know when you've put it up there on the board.
Should be there, unless there's a delay with Windows.
There we go.
Okay. I'm going to go at it. Reasonable negotiations of a love I knew. Reason absurd occurrences to acknowledge what's done. Tiny capsules of bone-rattling death beaters. It takes flakes of comatose rhetoric to disintegrate. What was is no conclusion for what's been done. Too much. Crimson rose petals, bleeding as they fall to the floor. Chaotic introspection alive through meandering thoughts of yesterday. Uncontrollable rage as an infant armed to the teeth. Pride found in deviance as comfort which soothes wild minds. Depth grabs. Satire lights candles for selfish one's final dance with greed. Secret rendezvous under this ebony canopy, glass splintered, introducing heavy settling on shoulders weighing down the strong. Caught sideways glimpses of times we found naked peculiarities, buoyancy floating. Attempting heavy-drawn breath in this acidic, oxidated air, pulling myself from grimy soap-scum waters of a tub. This house isn't a home. If ever it was, now a tomb. When desolate into the cradle, foundations burn. Necessary changes. Opaque views lost under volatile skies, crashing violently. Remembrance fully tapped to inebriate colonies of regret. Swept up in the lies, things life's missing, death souls. Calming these emotions I can no longer control or afford. Wayward soul. You store in drops of sadness, white-capped lies. Coldest horizon is the one I saw when I found you. Repeatedly haunting, docile moments in the panic hysteria. I'm not all right, but I'll be okay. When tides withdraw, leaving chaos. Resuscitate fleeting moments on deathbears that miss. So many vivid, illustrious instances, I cared they passed. Never to frustrate you again for the verbiage I miss. Saddened by the future of a life, would you love? Never torn. More like obliterated in dust dew, lofty mornings. Funeral scheduled time is one to attain your buys. Devastated your broken heart when mama died. Finding warm passing brought rivers of tears to your eyes over a verdant day. Grievances hampered devout elocution to skin the blind. Painting missing pieces as I let go, lost my way home. Redundant fury is windswept, stripping me naked and alone. Accounting joyous moments, we mended our love, death's graces. In an attempt to support broken infrastructure, I reconcile. Dividing and conquering sporadic instances meant to consume. Rising above the undertow to look ahead, never behind. Devastated in the unreasonable truth that won't return. Pain times two. Was I foolishly aloof? Unaware that death's descended? You allowed the devil's friend to corrupt your strength, quickly deteriorating an already dismantled core. Wasn't present enough to shake sense into you. You're gone. Through all the bullshit, I was beginning to see us as sin. Terrified that this is reality. Coming years unspun. Broken but all in. Willing to rebuild the fallout that's us. In spite of all that was ruined, we held what I knew was love and peace.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really sad what some people go through in a relationship. There's so many outside influences that pull us apart, and as we ourselves pull apart. But your poem was really strong, and you're really awareness of torn love is extremely intense. I really liked your piece, Sinister. It was quite well written, great amount of respect, and I thank you for bringing it to my show and sharing it. Let's get you some comments.
Thank you for having me.
Sue, would you like to comment? You're welcome. Sue? Okay, how about you, Papa?
Sinister, this is really a thought-provoking and emotive write. There are so many different layers to take from this. Some are sad, some are show your strength, some are full of love. It's just so many different layers. I really found this passage very meaning too much. Crimson rose petals bleeding as they fall to the floor, chaotic introspection, alive through meandering thoughts of yesterday. Uncontrollable rage is an infant armed to the teeth. Pride found in deviances.
Yeah.
Confront with Sue's wild minds. That right there really grabbed my attention. The opening was amazing. That second stanza, that just grabbed my attention, and it held me all the way through this poem. And the pain times two was a foolishly aloof, aware of the death's descendant. You've allowed the devil's friends to corrupt the strength. Your voice got really powerful there. And this poem is a very, very strong expression of who you are and your relationship with your wife who passed away. Very, very, very heartfelt and very understanding.
Thank you, Papa. I appreciate
good
that.
Good comment. Raz, would you like to comment?
Yeah, one line that stood out to me was "Lost my way home," and that state of actually being lost, whether or not you're at home, it's one of loneliness. I think it speaks profoundly. Anyone who ever reached that point in their life that you just don't feel you're anywhere that could be considered reachable. There's a shadow in the back of your mind or some other kind of ominous force that is really taking away peace of mind, away what you consider optimal or a form of safety. And in there, that thought of that loss, it expresses more words than most poetry that I read. That one line, it shows the poet when they realize that this is a world that's made primarily of deception, and only seeing through that can you realize that it's not a question of being found, but why are we so lost?
Right. Well said.
Mm-hmm. A good point.
Wayne.
Thank you.
Yes. My turn. I said this is even more dramatic the second time I heard it. The emotions of a loved one dying is so wonderful in this poem. They put this poem hurts, and the openness is overwhelming. It's right before and during and after the passing is written so wonderfully that the attitude of reality, it really hurts. It hurts me. It's a great read. Wow, Stan. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Wayne. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Sorry to bring the mood down. But, I'm going through a process.
Don't worry about it.
I believe that I only have one more right for transition purposes. And it's helping my grief.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah.
Can I comment?
I was still here. Yeah, there you are.
Yeah, this is really, you can feel it's so intense. It gets more intense. It's something that needed to be out of your system, part of grieving. It's really very deeply emotive. The subtitle, I really appreciate that, how too much depth grabs, floating necessarily change. Just when you lose someone dear to you, your mind go different direction and questioning things and trying to understand and wish you did that, wish this didn't happen. People who try to come in between, all of this is just there.
I'm really speechless. It's just so profound. I just wish you. We will get better. It takes time to get on your feet. I just can't find enough words to say how deep it is, and you can feel your grievance and your pain.
Right. Is Boo back?
Yeah.
Hi, Boo.
Yeah. This is the perfect way to start because you could feel your bones rattling, if you say there in the beginning. That's feeders. It's up and down like the emotions you feel when you lose somebody. You don't know if it's real or not. You can't believe that it's happened. You wake up and you forget. You feel okay for a second, and then you wake up and you remember that they're not there, and then you're just like, oh, shit. And you go through all that again. Satire lights candles for selfish ones, final dance with greed, secret rendezvous under an ebony canopy. I mean, the wording here is so strong, so powerful. This deserves the front page, in my opinion. I will nominate it. Tempting to breathe, but sometimes you can't breathe. The acidicness, the sadness of it all is too overwhelming for you to go on. You don't understand why this happened. I mean, and I like how you put it, each stanza, wayward soul, leaving care. Each one is like a chapter, and I'm glad that the writing helps you because that's what writing's for. And if you need 30 more poems to get it out, then you need to write 30 more poems, I think, to get it out. Death's grace is amazing, and then the pain is just so evident, and you're not a fool. You're in love with someone who you had children with, and you can't believe they're gone, and that's a hard thing to grasp. And I feel your pain, and I wish I could do something more for you. It's beautifully written, too. It's beautiful dedication with a lot of sadness. I felt it, every word. I loved it.
Thank you.
Well, I have a minute. Let me welcome Miss Laughing Soul to the studio. Hi, my darling.
Hello. Sorry, I'm late. I just couldn't wake up.
Good morning.
How are you? Yeah, good morning.
When you could have sworn the show was going to die, Miss Soul.
Hi, Raz, Boo, Salva, Mylan. How's it doing, guys? Are we having a wild one over here?
Yeah.
Santa Maria.
Sorry, I don't have a poem for you, but I'm going to be here to cheer you up.
Well, there you go.
Yes, you do.
Is the wild rat also here? Yeah, what?
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Why did the chicken go to the seance?
Why did the chicken?
Yeah, why did the chicken go to the seance?
Right.
Because it was on the other side of the road.
Oh, pretty close. Get to the other side. Very good, Raz. Okay, what do you call a parade of rabbits hopping backward?
Where do you get all these from?
Hip hop.
What do you call a parade of rabbits? Oh no, a receding hairline.
Oh shit!
Toll-free numbers at night.
Hey, you know what? I went to buy some camouflage pants, but I couldn't find any.
What?
Come on, you guys.
What was that?
I didn't understand.
Hey, Linda, you know why you can't hear rabbits brewing?
Why?
Because they have cotton balls.
Your salvation on the
Very cute. Hey, a bear walks into a bar and says, "Give me a whiskey and a cola."
There you go.
The bartender asked, "Why the big paws?" I'm not sure, said the bear. I was born with them.
Oh, Belinda.
I know, I'm bad.
Why did the punk rocker
I got
cross the
it.
It's so
road?
funny. It's so funny.
Why?
Because it was stapled. Because she was stapled to the chicken.
Ah, very good. I like it.
Well, that's a
What was the frog's favorite type of shoes? Open-toed sandals.
Open home sandals.
Oh, it's so funny.
Okay. I think we don't have more poems up, do we? Oh, Phil.
I got a poem.
No, there's a couple of poems left. There's Lauren. There's also and we have Actor was on the list in the studio, and Boo said she was going to read Rob Cohen's. You want me to do Lauren's?
There's one you just put up there, G.
Darling, I don't have pictures. Okay, let me see if you want.
One on the reading list that you just put there.
Okay. This is the one which I have on the reading list. But it's not a wild one. You want a wild one, like really wild.
It doesn't have to be wild. It doesn't have to be wild.
Oh, I like the picture.
Yeah.
Very nice picture.
It doesn't have to be wild.
It's got a cowboy in it.
Yeah, so it becomes wild, right?
It's perfect. There you go.
Okay, cool then. So let me know when you want me to read it.
You can go ahead anytime, my darling.
Okay. Should I? Okay. A Bohemian Sunset. Oh, when a cowboy flirts with a broken sunset, do the winds flute a melodia? Saddled on a nomad horse, do hooves usher a nostalgia? She does blush a burgundy red when he whistles her favorite songs. Oh, ye rose, seeking a forevermore abode. Oh, how did you believe a vagabond to your crimson skies belongs? End poem.
Wow.
Oops.
Hello, really? That was...
That's the cowboy.
Sorry about that.
Cowboy. That's the cowboy looking for you, G.
Sorry about
that. That's the cowboy.
That's my...
Giddy up, G.
That's my walkie-talkie. Sawa.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I love
usual.
It's kind of
I'm in Seoul. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought you were commenting.
Yeah, in a way, it's beautiful. It just speaks of Western sunset. You know, the cowboy riding off into the sunset is perfect in here. And I love she does blush a burgundy red when he whistles her favorite songs. Oh, ye rose, seeking a forevermore abode. Oh, how did ye believe a vagabond to your crimson skies belongs? Very, very pretty. The whole thing is just right on, and I loved it. My lovely soul sister, you did a great job.
Thank you so much.
So let's get you some more comments. Lulu, what did you think?
Mushy. Sour. G. Very. Saw the picture and I thought, oh, that's perfect for tonight. I think it's beautifully written. It's a dream that I hope you find and that you deserve. Whether it's a cowboy or not, I don't know if cowboy is your cup of tea or
no, I don't want a nomad. I want someone whom I can have a forevermore.
And the ending is perfect too, forevermore abode. And then the language is beautiful too, a vagabond, your crimson skies. Someone you can love forever and that will stick around and stay. I think that's a lot of people's dream, and it's beautiful here, and I hope you find it. And ride off into the sunset.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right on.
Thank you. Love you, my darling.
Raz,
Thank
what
you.
did you think?
Yeah, I was taken aback by what I read of someone being able to lasso in the sunset, and that reminded me of the myth of Paul Bunyan. You know, that kind of folk hero. I think he had that form of strength. You could just haul in the sunset.
Right on.
Thank you, darling. Thanks, Dad.
Let's see. Sawa.
Yay, thank you. I see. I don't know why I see sadness in this. When you don't, especially in the question, when a cowboy flirts with a broken sunset, to the wind's flute, and melody saddles and a nomad horse, to roof's usher and stranger, and then, especially when you read the last line, a vagabond to a crimson sky belongs. How did you believe? It's a disappointment that you thought you're very shy and let someone. That's what I see. I might be wrong. I'm sorry to bring it up, but that's what
You're not wrong. You know it. You are right.
Yeah. Okay. So you let someone in and sung you, almost seduce you with his singing you your favorite song and get to know you. But then, was he really worth it? Your crimson he belongs. Oh wow, this is really powerful and very sad. Yeah. You deserve the best, my dear friend.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
I'll share my chai
what
with
did you think?
Thank you. No, I
Go ahead.
I didn't sleep. I had my chai in the morning.
Dane has dropped, I guess.
Wayne's dropped.
Yeah.
Okay. Sinister, what did you think?
Let's go in the saddle out, Wayne.
To me, some at the beginning of Cowboy Ballad, country song. You brought us somewhere, and it's open to the imagination of where else it can go. Like I heard rhythm in it. Great job.
Thank you. Sorry, I don't know who is this, please.
Sin.
Oh, Sin.
So.
Sinister.
Oh, Sinister. Hi there.
Papa, what did you think?
So this is a very soulful piece. It has the essence of the handsome stranger coming in from out in the prairie to the woman of his, the woman that he wants to find. She it seems like a very loving poem that speaks a lot to more of an emotive character. O ye rose, seeking a forevermore abode. Oh, how did ye believe a vagabond to your crimson sky belongs? Now that with the handsome stranger, they're usually a vagabond. They're usually a drifter. And I think when I heard this and then I read it over again, and I think that's kind of what you are looking for, is that drifter to come in and just sweep you off your feet.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Yes, he is.
Very cool. Well, I'd like to take this time right now to thank everybody for coming to the show, and my wonderful co-host, Raz. Thank you very much.
Papa has a poem.
Boo, thank you for coming. Sinister.
Yeah, Papa has a poem.
Sawa, my darling, I'm glad you could make it. Papa, thank you for coming. Laughing Soul, my soul. I love you, darling. I got some Western out of you, so I thank the Lord for that. Wayne, thank you very much for coming. Deb, thank you for coming. And I think
Linda.
I got everybody. Yeah.
Linda. Papa has a poem, and there's like a few more. I don't know if you have to go or if
Right. Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you before.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we'll put Papa's on the board.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
I was gonna cry.
It's so funny.
It's one of those 4-minute warnings, Liz, before we're out of airtime.
Okay, got it. Sure.
Short one.
All right, Papa, I see you.
Oh. Okay.
You're gonna come next. You have some cliches to share about the Old West, huh?
Please
yes,
take,
I do. The floor, sir.
Thank you very much. Cowboy cliches. So blazed 6-gun, cold steel, hot lead, triggers pulled at high noon, riding off into the sunset. Of a golden afternoon, them cattle won't corral themselves. Just cowboy cliches, oxymorons on parade, punching cattle down on the range. Shots are fired in the morning. By midday, undertakers fill coffins. Gunslingers never learn. See them boots dangling, tiptoe on the sagebrush, as we're cowboy cliches riding out on the prairie under the sweltering desert sun. As a tin star shines from his body laying there in the middle of the road, shooting the marshal was fun, but the deputy is always on the run. No worries, I'll get that son of a well-rounded woman who gave birth to him, then ride off into the setting sun. Yeehaw!
Oh, so perfect.
That was a real hootin' tootin' fun. Your cliches were right on, and it's funny how many cliches for the Wild West there are. Great job picking them out. I think you did an awesome job on this really cute piece. I just really loved it. It was funny. I loved your accent reading it. You did a great job. Thank you for sharing it with us, Papa. Very funny. Raz, what did you think? You're welcome.
Yeah, spot on. Bringing out the Old West spirit there.
Thank you, guys.
It was an enjoyable tale. Your pace was right on point for the story. I guess I missed something with the cowboys everybody's doing, but I enjoyed that very much.
Thank you, Sam.
Right on. Let's see, Sawa, what did you think?
I'm sorry, I couldn't stop giggling. The accent and this poem, it's incredible. I mean, I have to admit, I'm one of those who believe those cliches. I hadn't really believed it. I still believe it from the movies that I've seen. So I think there's some truth there with I don't know, maybe not, but it's really well done. And it's funny, I get the son of the woman who gave him birth to him. right off in the setting sun. Hilarious. Thank you for the laughter. Oh.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Boo, what did you think?
I thought it was hilarious. I love the accent. I love how you brought it to life. It was something different and a little bit different for you, unexpected. I love that you used the picture, too. I thought it was a really good time. It made me like Westerns a little bit more because they're really not my cup of tea, but you made it a lot of fun. And
you gotta go out here.
Yeah, and I thought your voice was amazing. I love when you do your voices. I thought it was kick-ass.
Thank you.
I'm going to
right on. Soul.
Yeah.
Darling.
Oh, like really? You just captured the image so perfectly, Papa. And no ghosts and vampires over here, but guns firing, and I think I could visualize you running away with that girl sitting on that piano. So and,
hey, that was me.
You have and the piano girl is somebody else. So it was amazing. It was like really, really amazing, and
I the redhead better.
thanks for that awesome read. You just made my morning. And so many cliches, because what even I know of cowboys is what I've watched in the movies. So yesterday I was trying to read, about the Native Americans. Of course, I do know a little bit of it, but I wanted to write a really, beautiful poem for Linda's show. But I had a beer in the afternoon and I got knocked off, and I'm still so heavy-headed.
You bad girl.
Sorry. So your poem just was so perfect. Thank you so much.
Right on. Okay. Did we have anybody else?
Yeah, there's 3 more in the folder. Whether or not you want to carry this over or do them now. There's Raconteur, SoundCloud, Lauren67, and one by Rob Cohen that Bruce said she wanted to read.
Okay, let's do Rob's.
Boo, you ready to read? Boo?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I was fooling around.
Perfect PA to shoot a warm gun.
Yep.
Oh, I don't see it up.
Is it on the board? Oh, no.
There it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Now
it's
it
a
is.
perfect day to shoot a warm gun from Rob Cohen. Okay. So I'm standing under the streetlight waiting for my man. He's the porter carrying brown bags that punch back harder than you can. When I get my junk, the sidewalk journey home becomes a trek across the wall of China, and all I see is that steel silver spoon above a candle guiding me along. On my floor-bed mattress, the brown bubbles burst to my delight, the only reprieve in the warm gun-deprived life. It's better to burn out than to fade away, but on this perfect day, I'll have my cake both ways. Sticky sweet brown sugar tastes so good, yet the prick doesn't linger the same any longer. The pain returns in a come-down machine dressed in train-spotted silver night, while I'm sick to see the dragon I've chased at a requiem for my lost dreams. And poem.
Wow.
Wow.
That was great.
That was amazing.
The trip through getting your bag and getting it home and getting it in your arm is always a long one, but and sometimes the payoff is not that good. But we do it anyway, time after time after time. And he shows that in here, what a trip it is to get that bag and get home. On my floor bed mattress, the brown bubbles burst to my delight. The only reprieve is a warm gun-deprived life. Speaking of brown bubbles burst, I remember that too well. This is a very good piece, very deep, and something that probably only Rob could write. He has this intellectual way of putting things that even using sounds poetic and cool. Yeah. But I really like this piece. Boo, you read it. What did you think?
Yes. the way it describes addiction so beautifully, like you said, so poetic. And, you know, why he has to get home, I'm not sure. Maybe because there's more drugs over there, I don't know. But when I get my junk on the sidewalk journey home, it almost sounds like you're going on a trip. He's going on a trip, a different kind of trip. But the hell that goes along with that trip, he describes beautifully there. And the dirtiness of it all and the secretiveness of it all, I think he describes very well. Great job there. Yeah, heroin is a bitch.
Yes. Good comment, Boo. Raz.
Yeah, I saw heroin kill some of the minds of my best generation would be a accurate new quote of Allen Ginsberg's how this epidemic, it's really flooding most of the United States of America. The statistics are extremely high. We went through the same discussion yesterday with the opioid crisis. It's taking away millions a year. And it does seem like there's a form of magnetism there, what draws the user into the drug. It's very hard to explain unless you're someone who actually pops a needle. I think it would be the best way to relate with this kind of right of why the gun's so warm.
Good comment, Raz. I just wanted to make one point out of this. Have any of you seen the movie Trainspotting?
Oh, yeah.
Great.
I
movie,
love that movie.
Great movie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like how he addressed that here. But let's see. Sawa. Did Sawa go up?
Hello?
Solid drop. Say good night. She's on the board saying good night right there.
Soul, are you still with us?
Yes, I am.
Yay.
And Boo, you read it very, very emotionally, and you brought his words to life. You know, I was actually very lost. Like when you read the poem, I really couldn't get the hang of it because I'm not familiar with these terms, you know. And it's only after I read a few comments I could, get back and see where what he was talking about and where this was leading. And now, like, I see the heavy burden of addiction, you know, where the walk seems like a drag. And the dreams is the price you pay for these flashes of hallucination, you know. And Rob has, you know, as usual, done a fantastic job in penning with the use of metaphors and very, very powerful poem. He's covered everything from how do you probably have the powder, and from the potter to the, walk when you are like probably high on the drug, and everything, what you go through it, you know, emotionally, physically. He's covered every aspect. And I think this should be on the front page if it is not.
Yeah, I agree.
I already nominated it.
Yeah.
Right on. Right on. Papa, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here. In the moment, too. In the opening of this poem, the first thing I noticed was the beginning, and right away it took me to the Beatles' "Happiness Is a Word Done," which is about Russian roulette, but it also can be about heroin addiction. In the opening, Santa. In the opening, Santa, he's got the user strung out and just looking to score, which is really deep and emotional because, you know, if you've ever seen a person strung out before they get their fix, it's really frightening.
Yeah.
I like how he explains the process of, you know, I'll have my cake in both ways. Sticky sweet brown sugar tastes so good. You know, it's the thing about heroin is that it's just such an addictive substance. And I never understood, and I've never done heroin, but I do know people who have done it, and I never understood how they could put it in their veins like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like Greg said, there's something that draws them to it.
It's a warmth, they say. Oh,
and it's that dragon. It's that mythical dragon that drives them. Yeah, it's the dragon.
It's the warmth, they say. Yeah, it's like a big hug. That's what people tell me. I don't know.
It's just a choice. It's like the way it goes in the body. And the preferred way is intravenously. I did heroin for many years, and I just thank God that I got clean shortly after I lost my house because I did 8 years on the street. And I thank the Lord that I didn't have to do that strung out. But yeah, it's a terrible addiction.
It's like a big hug. That's what they tell me, right? Like it's like a warmth, a big hug. It's you can't describe it. It's a happy feeling that nothing else comes close to, I guess. Mm-hmm.
Right.
It sounds too good to be true. I'm glad I never tried it because it sounds very tempting.
Yeah, it sounds very
and it's
tempting.
quickly addictive is the thing. And, you know, I swear that if my buddies hadn't told me I would be sick if I didn't get a bag, I probably would have just felt bad and thought it was the flu. But knowing that it was the dope, you think, well, all I got to do is do some more dope and it's going to go away. And there, you know, starts
and the addiction part,
the mental addiction. And the physical addiction is a whole different part of it. But
you're always chasing the dragon.
Always chasing.
Yeah, always. Nothing can happen in the day
people try to make it through. They try, but they can't get past that certain day. You know, like day 3, day 4, they can't get past that. So they just stick with it. That's what I've seen. But scary. Now it's laced with fentanyl and everything else. So.
Yeah.
Fentanyl, oxy, you know, narco.
All that shit in there too.
Yeah. I had a bunch of stuff when I started using heroin. And my friend said, someday you won't have all your stuff. And I said, oh, yeah, I'm keeping my cool stuff. And 2 years later, I looked around for something to hawk for a bag, and I didn't have anything left. I had gotten rid of all my cool stuff, and that was hard. It was hard. But my son's out there using now, and he's in Las Vegas.
Oh, no.
And I haven't spoken to him since he threatened to kill himself one year on New Year's Eve. And so we all got together and tried to get down there to save him, but we couldn't find him, you know. But luckily he didn't do that. He said he was going to do the whole bag.
Thank God
he didn't do it. Yeah. But he's still out there using, and I haven't been able to get a hold of him in a year, so I don't even know if he's dead or alive. It's hard. It's hard for both the addicted and the person on the outside. You know, it's very hard.
Sorry, Linda.
Yeah, I can't imagine what I put my mother through. You know, and she was buying my bags for me for a while until I got into a rehab. She would let me come to her work and call the connection and meet the connection there, and she'd give me the money and with the thought that I was going to rehab in a few weeks. So, which did happen. I did go to rehab and got clean.
Did it work?
Yeah,
did it work?
First time? I swore that I would never go back to using heroin again. And when I got out of rehab, I went home, and people were putting needles in my face saying, you can use just once. And I'm like, nope, I will never do that. I will never do that to my body again. Once was enough. So I got smart quickly. But a lot of people are out there for a lot longer.
Most people don't make it the first time, especially.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Very strong. You're very strong.
Yeah, I went on to do other things. But heroin was not one of them.
When's the last time you used? If you want to say, I mean.
I got clean in '97, but I still drank for a little while. I actually got clean and sober in '97, but I still drank on occasions. But I'm not drinking now. I haven't drank in a year almost.
That's wonderful.
Good. That's good. Yeah, that's good to know. Good for you.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't go that long, They.
Right.
I haven't drank since '09, but which is amazing for me because I'm Irish, so I like to drink. So I never thought I could do it either. But
right.
Yeah.
Well, I had to after I broke my foot. I didn't think one-legged Linda drinking was not a good idea.
Yeah. But I could drink like a fish too, so good thing I don't anymore. Do you want to end on a happy note with Racky Poo?
Yeah, let's end on a happy note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raz, can you grab Rack's poem and I'll get those SoundCloud so we can have a laugh?
Yeah,
Raz,
sure.
I mean, Raz.
That's
What's the name
Kimberly
again?
Lauren, and we are Gonzo for some other time.
Tomorrow. We'll put them over for tomorrow. Lizzie, if you could just send me those.
All right.
When we're done, what's the name of Rack's poem again?
Rack's poem
something
is Call of the Wild, adult explicit, a Rackador.
Okay. I thought it was near Rack. He's got so many there. Call. Shoot. I'm looking for. Well, I guess you could just read it if you want. I thought it was here, but yeah. You want to read it, Raz?
I'll read the poem. Call of the Wild.
Okay.
Rackador.
Sorry, Raz.
Limbs entwined under a blanket of stars, two sleeping bags zipped together. Children and dogs frolic gleefully, celebrating a night of perfect weather. Campfire crackles and pops, arbitrarily scattering embers into the wind. To waltz with the fireflies, the air is still heavy, with the scent of burnt coffee and s'mores. Luna looks on, as one by one sleep transports everyone but us to the land of Morpheus. Rushing stream gently murmurs, accompanied by a symphony of crickets, sinking back up for some frogs, drowning out all thoughts of civilization. But it was the way the moonlight caught your hair and desire reflected in your gaze that made the urge to kiss you impossible to resist. The crisp night air encouraged us to cling tightly to each other as our clothing finds its way to the bottom of our sleeping bags. Our breathing becomes a map and compass, guiding fingertips over goosebumps and mouths across hidden valleys, blazing a trail to the pinnacle of our passions. Winding the cord from the sleeping bags around your wrists, I pin your hands above your head and sink my teeth into your collarbone as I stake you out like a pup tent. Your ankles lock over my hips as your fingernails dig trenches in my back, causing our bodies to shudder to the rhythm of the call of the wild. End poem.
Perfect.
That's my kind of camping
That
trip.
was awesome. I liked how he kept that classy. I don't like to use that term very often, but it was classy. The way they looked at each other, and I like it, but it was the way the moonlight caught your hair and the desire reflected in your gaze. Perfectly said. That made the urge to kiss you impossible to resist. Wonderful. I thought this was a very good poem, well written, nice flow, and beautiful imagery, I might say. And let's get some more comments. Boo, what did you think?
That's my kind of camping trip, isn't it? Yeah, sorry that I couldn't find it. Rack, I'm sure you it was good. I don't know, thought it was in there. It might be, but there's so many in there. But anyway, yeah, the rear right is romantic. It's hot still. I mean, when he's taking the ropes and tying her hands up to the thing, it's getting kind of crazy. But he doesn't go over the line and make it nasty. Winding the cord from the sleeping bag around your wrist, that pin your hands above your head, and stick my teeth in your collarbone. There you go. You don't need anything else. Other than that, sounds like fun. Great job, Zach.
Right on. Let's see. Papa, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Right on. Right on.
I really like the atmosphere of this poem, and it sets a very sensual mood with a very subtle tones of sensuality that mix with there's family fun in the beginning, and then it's nighttime and now it gets really fun. Wow. The ending and causing our bodies to shudder to the rhythm of the call of the wild. Damn, man, that really stood out. And it's a really not only sensual but romantic, right? With so many I don't know how to explain it. Explicit visuals, but that's what it was mostly, was explicit visuals. It was like some erotic poems, where you really are really erotic in them, but this was tasteful eroticism.
Right. Yeah. A soul.
Yeah.
Soul.
Yeah, finally we have a wild poem. Yeah, where is what, Raz? And I mean, what a gorgeous wordplay, picking the foreplay. Where is he? He should have read it, in his soft tone and made it like. What a beautiful poem, with the visuals which just transport you to that camp over there with the feedback. Yeah, excellent, right, and very enjoyable and delightful poem. Thank you, Rack.
I'm not big on camping, but
yeah, unless it's like a 5-star. No, Boo, nowadays these camps are like really like rooms of 5-star hotels, over here in India. In the mountains. And we have, oh yeah, these guys have taken the camping to another level altogether. And it's amazing, you are in a camp, you're in a...
Michigan, you go to a campground and you got the animals right there coming at you.
A wild animal, you mean?
Gotta put your garbage
like
up in the tree, you're gonna get bears.
No, he means like you, G.
Oh, come on, we'll plan it together.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, in the wild Africa.
I need some wild.
Right. So, nice fun. This was good. Reggie, you didn't call
Rab.
Yeah.
Rab.
I saw that it's on, making out in the wilderness and all that, but some of these lines really stood out. How he describes the crickets being so loud that it blocks out the civilized world. I would underline that statement. So when you're out there in the wilderness, it's very much true that all you hear is the crickets and the sounds of nature, and there's not the slightest sign of what you believe or are usually exposed to as to civilization. And it's that form of disconnection from all of these modern conventions that we find a little bit what it's like for even our ancestors when they originally lived here on the planet.
Yeah.
Good one. Yeah.
Good comment.
I was wondering, would you guys mind? I don't know if Gonzo is I think Gonzo is a SoundCloud. He's on the board, but I don't have it updated. I don't have it uploaded, and so I might have to just carry it over to tomorrow. Let me check it.
Yeah, we only have 2.5 minutes left.
Yeah, I'll have to carry. I don't know if his has a SoundCloud. Oh, it's pretty long too. Yeah, I'll carry it over to tomorrow. There's a SoundCloud.
Yeah, do the SoundCloud. Do it tomorrow because he really plays. He does his SoundClouds really well, So
yeah, I don't want him to get gypped on that. So, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll tell him. Go ahead, Linda. You can say good night. Sorry.
It's okay. Well, we're coming to the end of the show. You know what? Never trust atoms. They make up everything. You know what else? Russian dolls are so full of themselves.
Yeah. What's that, Salva? Sorry, what's that, Linda?
Russian dolls are so full of themselves.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
They're getting worse, aren't they? I always take life with a grain of salt, a slice of lemon, and a shot of tequila.
Cheers.
Don't forget tomorrow's open poetry. Tomorrow's open poetry.
Words of wisdom.
Here's a good one for your outro.
Tomorrow is open poetry. Don't forget. I think that's the end of our show. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Rab.
Good night, guys. See you.
Good night, Soul. I love you.
Love you
Good
too.
night, Papa.
Bye, everybody.
Good night, Linda.
Night-night.
Hey, it's Gregory. I want to tell you about Keeps. This is a simple and stress-free way to keep your hair, and I can talk about it firsthand because I have 2 friends that currently use Keeps, and the results are astonishing. I hadn't seen this one friend in a long time, and I almost didn't even recognize him. His hair was so much fuller. And I also know somebody else who should be using Keeps, by the way. Super convenient. You have a virtual doctor consultation, and then you have medication delivered straight to your door every 3 months. It starts at just $10 a month, and they offer generic versions, plus discreet packaging. You can keep it all private. Nobody needs to get up in your business. The only thing people will notice is the results. What could be better? You could look better. That'll make you feel better, and it's easy and convenient. And they have great deals. Go to Keeps, KEEPS.com/Woody to receive your first month of treatment for free. That's Keeps.com/Woody to get your first month free. KEEPS.com/Woody.
Every new Toyota comes with peace of mind standard. That's because you get Toyota Care no-cost maintenance when you buy or lease any new Toyota. Toyota Care covers normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first, as well as 24-hour roadside assistance and lockout protection. See your Toyota dealer for details and exclusions. Valid only in the continental U.S. and Alaska. Toyota, let's go places.